Lamont, in the second half, it seemed like GG was, again, real frustrated, taking off his wrist tape, kind of sitting at the end of the bench. Just what have your conversations been like with him as he's had some, off-the-court moments lately?
Yeah, I didn't notice any of that, to be honest with you. I'm into the game, and the 5 guys that are on the court usually, occasionally I'll spend a little bit of time with the guys that are on the bench if something in the game pertains to them. So I didn't notice any of that. But yeah, I'm sure he was frustrated. He didn't play particularly well. It happens to everyone. And, so we made I played some guys in the second half that were, my job ultimately is to try to win the basketball game, and there's some buttons I get to push. I don't get to make layups. I don't get to pass it to guys, but I do get to push a couple buttons. Some of them have to do with personnel, combinations that are in at the right time, a couple things that we're going to run, and we're going to be man or zone. And I thought our best chance at that point was that group that we had that started the half. We made a run. Hayden turned it over, and that ended the run. We made a couple substitutions. They went on a run. And so I subbed back, and then we started clawing our way back, and that's ultimately what it boiled down to. But guys get frustrated sometimes at poor play or whatever it is, but frustration's never great for an athlete. Once it sets in, it can be an athlete's worst enemy.
Gigi's played 6 or fewer minutes in the second half of the last 2 games. Coming off the bench, what have conversations over the course of the last maybe 10 days been like with him, and how do you avoid some of those frustrations maybe from bleeding over and affecting other guys on the team too?
Conversations about, I don't have a lot of conversations with guys about playing time, some, here and there, not a ton. So again, I just was playing, and I am committed to, and I will always play the guys that I think have the best chance to win the game. And usually that comes down to how you're performing. Sometimes that's affected by other things that you may have going on. Guys have had some personal things in lives that have affected how they play. Guys have had I've seen guys that had a girlfriend broke up with them, and it destroyed how they played. But there are a lot of factors that go into how guys play, and the emotional side of things is a real thing for any college-age kid and beyond, but certainly for guys that are younger. So, and then again, once you get frustrated, it's difficult then to play well. No matter how hard you're trying at that point, it's difficult then to play a good brand of basketball.